And hello, hello. Welcome to Pilates. You can go ahead and come down. And we're just going to start in a seated position. Any way that's comfortable for you. So it can be crisscross. If you want your legs open, however is most comfortable for you. And we're going to start by finding those little sits bones, is what I call them. So if you kind of rock side to side, you'll feel two little bones right on the bottom of your glutes hitting the floor. If you're not feeling them, go ahead and pick up your thighs and you'll feel those bones hit the mat. When you've got that, we're going to build up from there. So we want to think about digging those bones into the mat and the rest of our spine reaching to the ceiling. Beautiful. And that chin's going to drop ever so slightly because we want the back of the neck to be stretched out long. And we're just going to close our eyes here. We're going to start class the way we always do, and that's focusing on our breath. If you want a little bit more attention to detail, you can place your hands at the base of your ribs. You can inhale and feel the ribs expand, and on that exhale, you feel the ribs concave in. You want those shoulders to remain down and relaxed. Our lungs are like any other muscle. The more we work them, and the more attention we give them, the stronger they become, which can allow us to hold our breath for longer, allow us to do exercises for longer. It can also allow us to have a greater projection in our voice. So just take the breath for yourself on your own time. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. On that exhale, think about the spine getting longer. And if that's not enough to think about, you can go ahead and set an intention for yourself. Thinking about why you came to class, why you came back to class, what you hope to gain out of the class. And on that next exhale, keeping the eyes closed, go ahead and drop the chin all the way to the chest. So we're still seated nice and tall, but the neck is now closer to a 90-degree angle. It's often that our neck is the opposite of this, so we often have a little hunch at the top of our spine when we're doing homework, looking at our computers, looking at our phones, or even just sitting down. This can be a great stretch to offset that arch that we often have. Go ahead and take an inhale, and on the next exhale, rock over to one side, bringing the ear toward the shoulder. Taking an inhale, and on the exhale, going through the front and switching sides. Taking an inhale again to the first side. And this time, if you want a little extra stretch, we're going to place that hand on top of the head. We don't have to pull at all. All it does is give yourself a little extra weight and can extend that stretch. Take an inhale in and exhale, dropping that hand, rolling through the front. One more time to the opposite side. And again, if you want, placing the hand on top of the head. And on the exhale, dropping your chin to your chest, lifting your face, and opening your eyes. Beautiful. We're going to start today in a forward fold position. So we're going to bring our feet straight out. If you want, you can lay long ways on your mat. I'm just laying like this, so that I'm actually going to lay catty corner so it can see me. And we're going to start by flexing and pointing our feet. So while we're just here, I want you to think about the flex and the point and all the muscles it takes for your feet to do this action. It takes our quads, our shins, our calves. And then when we flex the feet, it's the back of the calf and the hamstring. So point and flex the feet very slowly, or as slow as you want, and feel those muscles working. One more time, flexing and pointing. And on the next flex, we're going to inhale the arms up. We're going to exhale and lean that chest forward. We're going to grab one part of our leg. So if you can reach the bottom of your feet, great. If not, the ankles, the shins, or the thighs, and we're gonna bring our chest down toward our legs. Hey, come in. You can just grab a mat back in that room and find a spot on an X. Go ahead and take an inhale and an exhale here. On that exhale, see if you can pull any amount forward. And inhale again, coming back up. We're gonna cross one leg over the opposite. We're gonna inhale the arms up, and we're gonna twist toward the leg. You can put your hand behind you for support. Slight final stretch. And go ahead and exhale, release that leg, and switching sides, crossing the opposite leg over. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling, twisting toward the leg. Beautiful. And releasing. One more stretch before we get into warming up the body. We're gonna come into butterfly stretch, one of my most favorite. So we're bringing the soles of our feet together and our hips are opening out to the side. We're gonna grab a hold of either our ankles or our shins, and we're gonna straighten the spine. So you can see right now I'm slightly curved. I'm gonna pull my back and straighten and bring the sternum up to the sky. Go ahead and try that for yourself. You should be feeling a stretch. If you're not and you want to go a little bit further, you can add a slight lean. The key is to not release the spine. So it's our habit to want to do this, but we want to pull the chest forward. Find that position for you where you feel a stretch. And just hold here. One more inhale. And exhale. Try to go a little further. And on that next inhale, coming back up to a seated position, we're gonna find ourselves down on our back with our feet flat on the mat. We're gonna start by getting the whole spine on the mat. So we wanna pick up our hips and place the spine all the way down on the mat. We have a natural curve in our lower spine, but we're gonna counteract that by bringing the belly button into the spine. You can test yourself to see if your hands can reach each other if you go under your back. If they can't, fabulous. If they can, go ahead and try to place that spine again. So this is activating those lower core muscles, which are so tricky to activate. Our upper core is pretty easy to activate. It's those lower abdominal muscles that are a little tricky. So this is a way we're gonna do that. And our hands are gonna be down by our hips, fingers nice and wide. And when you're ready, we're gonna inhale. We're gonna lift the shoulders off the mat and tuck the chin. We're gonna hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down, laying the shoulders down. We're gonna do that 3 more times. So we inhale, lift up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down, exhale. Inhale, back up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale and up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now when you're ready, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, we're going to lift the feet off the mat into tabletop. So my knees are together, my toes are pointed, and they're pointing toward that back wall. This is going to add a little bit more weight onto the core and losing it from the legs. So the core is going to have to do more of the work. We're going to do the same thing. We inhale up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale down. You should feel that core start to warm up. Inhale up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale down. 2 more times. We inhale up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last time. Beautiful work. Inhale up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. We have 1 more and we're going to hold at the top. So when you're ready, inhale up. Hands are reaching long toward that opposite wall. And we're holding here. If the core is shaking, that's great. That means it's doing its job. If you want to add a little bit of extra, you can pulse the hands. We're holding here for 16 counts. 8 more counts. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the back, bring the knees into the chest, flex the feet, rock side to side. Good work. When you're ready, we're gonna keep one knee into the chest, and we're going to extend that opposite leg out. We're gonna really hug that knee into the chest, nice and tight. This is gonna give you a nice good stretch. And when you're ready, we're gonna point the toes, and we're going to hover that extended leg 3 to 4 inches off the mat. We're gonna warm up the top of our hips and still those lower abdominal muscles. And when you're ready, we're gonna inhale, lift the leg up to the sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're gonna exhale and we're gonna lower the leg down for 4, 3, 2, and the leg is going to remain hovering, so it's never gonna touch. We're gonna do this 4 times. Here we go. We lift up, 2, 3, 4, back down, 2, 3, 4, and up, 2, 3. Don't forget to breathe. We exhale, 2, 3, 2 more. We got this. Inhale, up, 3, 4, and exhale down, 2, 3. Last one. Here we go. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale down, 2, 3. We're gonna hold right here for 8 counts. The leg is hovering, the toes are pointed, our entire leg is engaged. We have 4 more counts. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that leg down to the mat. Bring both knees into the chest, flex the feet, rock side to side. Great job. You should start to feel those muscles to get a little warm. Maybe you break a little tiny sweat. That's great. And when you're ready, we're gonna hug the opposite knee into the chest and extend that opposite leg forward. We're gonna start by pulling the leg in nice and tight to the chest. And when you're ready, we're gonna point our toes of both legs, and we're going to bring this extended leg hovering 3 to 4 inches off the mat. So we're gonna do 1 practice set. So go ahead and practice lifting the leg on the inhale and lowering the leg back down to the hover on the exhale. Beautiful. We're gonna do 4 of these. Here we go. In 4, 3, 2, 1, we lift. 2, 3, 4, back down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, back down. 2, 3, beautiful job. We're up. 2, 3, 4, back down. 2, 3, last one. Here we go. We're up. 2, 3, 4, back down. 2, 3, 4. We're holding here 8 counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Both knees into the chest. Flex the feet. Rock side to side. We have this set one more time, except this time we're going to do both legs down and up. And when you're ready, what we're going to do is we're going to place our hands underneath our tailbone. This is going to add some support and take the pressure off the back. We don't want the back to be doing the work. We want the core to be doing the work. And the way we do that is place the hands right under the tailbone. It's going to feel a little bit more comfortable too. And when you're ready, you can bring the knees into the chest, pointing the toes. And we're going to extend our legs up to the ceiling first. So right here is work. You'll feel the legs, top of the legs working. Try to straighten those legs fully to get the maximum amount of work. We're going to do 4 downs and ups. Get ready. Here we go. We're down. 2, 3, and the legs just hover. Back up. 2, 3, 4. Legs down. 2, 3, 4. Back up. 2, 3. Halfway there. Keep going. Down. 2, 3, 4. Back up. 2, 3. Last one. We've got this. Down. 2. We're going to hold right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest. Flex the feet. Great work. Beautiful, beautiful. When you're ready, we're gonna find ourselves on our hands and knees. If you need to grab a drink, go ahead and do so. If not, meet me on your hands and knees. We're gonna give our back and our core a little break. We're gonna move on to our arms for just a bit. Everyone doing okay? Fabulous. And what's your name?
Reginald.
Reginald? Nice to meet you. I'm Leah. I'm so glad you're here. All right, so we're gonna start on our hands and knees, and we're gonna start in this neutral spine. So first we want our feet to be totally flat. So we're not gonna tuck our toes. So toes are pointed, feet are flat. And we're gonna use this mirror to help us. We wanna look and see if our hips and our knees are in line, and if they're perpendicular to the mat. We're gonna do the same thing with our wrists, elbows, and shoulders. We want it to be a straight line perpendicular to the mat. If anything, we want our hands slightly forward. We want to be really careful and not place our hands back. That's going to put a lot of pressure on your wrist. And then we're going to squeeze the belly button into the spine. You can see it pretty well in the shirt I have on today. So this is my relaxed, and then I'm going to squeeze the belly button in. It's a very subtle difference, but it engages those core muscles. Beautiful. Go ahead and look down at your mat. Find a spot that's not moving. And when you're ready, we're gonna do 8 yoga push-ups. So our hands are nice and wide. We're gonna keep our elbows into the body. We're gonna go down for 4 and back up for 4. So get ready. Here we go. Down, 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4, good work. We're down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. You'll feel the back of the arms doing the work and the chest. And up. We're halfway there. Keep it going. We go down. 2, 3, 4, and up. I've also heard these called prayer push-ups, and I can see why. It does look like you're praying. Down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3. We just have 2 more. Keep it going. Down. 2, 3, 4, and up. Are your feet flat on the mat? 3, 4. Last one. We're down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. Keep your weight on your hands. Find that balance here. When you're ready, we're gonna lift one arm up. Long waist toward that back wall, or toward the side wall. Dropping that hand. Other hand out toward the wall. And down. 2, 3, switching hands again. Lifting up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3. One more time on that other side. We're up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3. Now we're gonna lift the first arm out to the side. Let's wait for the song to start. Stay right here nice and strong. Make sure the feet are flat on the mat. We have a tendency to curl those toes. That's gonna take some weight off our hands. We want all the weight to be on those arms. All right, lifting the arm to the side. Here we go. We lift. 2, 3, 4. Back down. Do you feel it in your chest? Fabulous. Other arm. We lift. 2, 3, 4. Back down. The mirror's our friend. Check your alignment. First side. Here we go. Lift up. 2, 3, 4. Back down. 2, 3. Last one. Here we go. We're up. 2, 3, 4. And down. Now we're lifting our arm toward our hips. So we lift. Up. 3, 4. And down. 2, 3, 4. Other arm. Up. 3, 4. And down. 2, 3. Last 2. Here we go. We're up. 2, 3, 4. And down. 2, 3. Last one. Here we go. We're up. 2, 3, 4. And down. 2, 3. Let's do 4 yoga push-ups. We're down. 2, 3, 4. And up. Woo! Feeling that burn. 3, 4. We're down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, last 2. We've got this. We're down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, last one. Then these arms get a break. Down. 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. When you're ready, open the knees slightly. Sit back in child's pose. Extending those arms nice and long. Good work, you guys. Beautiful. On that next inhale, go ahead and reach one arm up to the sky. And we're going to weave that arm under the opposite shoulder, and then we're going to lay back in child's pose. This is going to stretch out that tricep that we just worked. Exhale, go ahead and release that arm. Inhale, bringing that opposite arm up to the sky. And exhale that arm through. Remembering that breath. Maybe thinking about that intention if you set one at the top of class. And exhale, extending that arm. We've got one more level of work until we're moving on to our stretching and our relaxation. So go ahead and join me back on the hands and knees. So we've worked on our core, we've worked the top of our legs, we've worked our arms and our chest. Now we're gonna focus on the back. So we're gonna think about the back, abdominal muscles, the glutes, and the hamstrings. So we're starting on our hands and knees. So we're starting in this neutral position. Belly button is in nice and tight to the spine. When you're ready, we're gonna inhale and lift one leg up parallel to the mat. You may have to finagle this leg a little bit, that's okay. And look down at your mat. Find something that is not moving. So just right here, when we are testing our balance, it is gaining strength in our core. I say this a lot, we find strength in our stability, and oftentimes just finding a difficult balancing position is going to strengthen those muscles that we often forget about. So find your breath right here. Pointing or flexing the toe, making sure the whole leg is engaged. And when you're ready, we're going to start to do lifts up to the sky and back down. We're going to do 8 of those. Here we go. 2, 1. We up and down. Lift up and down. Up and down. Up and down. 4 more. We're up and down. We're up and down. We're up and down. Last one. Up. Hold it at the top. You should be feeling it in the glutes, back of the leg, maybe even the back of the abdominal muscles. When you're ready, we're going to do 8 hamstring curls. What we're going to do is we're going to bend our foot. It's going to come into the glutes and extend back out. Here we go. We bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. 4 more. We bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Last one. Hold as high as you can for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that leg. You can sit back in child's pose. Beautiful. If you got a quiver in your leg or in your core muscles, that's fabulous. I love a good quiver. I always get a quiver when I do those exercises. Take a big breath here, and when you're ready, join me back on your hands and knees. We're going to do our opposite side. So starting off in that neutral position, and when you're ready, lifting that opposite leg up parallel. Pointing or flexing that toe, making sure the whole leg is engaged. And the mirror's our friend. So look, is your leg parallel? Is it too low? Is it too high to start off? Find that parallel and that strength. We're going to hold right here and find our strength and our stability first. You may also be feeling it in the arms and the chest. That's normal. We're about to start our lifts up to the sky. Here we go in 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. 4 more. We lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift. We hold at the top. We're about to start our hamstring curls in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the leg. We bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. 4 more. We bend and straighten, bend and straighten. We're almost there. We bend and straighten, bend. Extend the arm, lift it as high as you can for 8 seconds. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that knee down. Open the leg, sit back in child's pose. Beautiful work. We're gonna stretch it out a little bit. So when you're ready, join me back on your hands and knees. And you're like, oh my gosh, why are we on our hands and knees so much? But we're gonna bring one foot forward. And our goal is to bring our opposite ankle to our wrist. You may not quite be there yet, and that's totally fine. But when you're ready, we're gonna wiggle, wiggle, wiggle that back foot nice and long. And if you're not quite there, bring this foot in. So if you're not able, there you go, beautiful. Oh, great. So you should be feeling a great stretch right here in this hip. This is called pigeon pose, one of my most favorite poses. And if you're not, if you want a little bit more, you can lean into it. So you can come down on your elbows, maybe all the way down to the mat. And we're gonna find our breath here. I wouldn't call this pose relaxing. It's not quite a relaxing pose. I would call it an active recovery pose. So our body is still working to get here. It requires a lot of flexibility and breath. And yet there's a little bit of weight that we're able to release into the floor. I want you to think about that breath, the inhale and the exhale. Just letting that chest fall. One more inhale and exhale. And if you're down on your mat, coming back up to your elbows. Drawing your elbows, coming back up to your hands. Everyone joining me on your hands, and when you're ready, we're gonna come back on our hands and knees. We're gonna do a few swings right here, so just swinging the hips side to side. And when you're ready, we're gonna switch sides, so that opposite foot is coming forward. Ankle to the wrist. Or wiggle, wiggle, wiggle that back foot. One side is usually tighter than the other. Super, super normal. So this is my tight side. Maybe the last side is yours. Maybe you're really flexible on this side. But if you want to go further, again, you can come down to the elbows or all the way down to the floor. Women carry typically about 80% of their stress in their hips. Men, I'm sorry, I don't know your statistic. But I would assume that everyone carries at least a little bit of stress in their hips. And so sometimes when this pose is really difficult, it can also show us that maybe we're more stressed than we think. So this can be a great pose to relieve some of that stress. Bringing our attention to our breath again, those inhales and exhales. One more inhale. And on that exhale, if you're down up to the mat, coming back up on your elbows. On your elbows, coming back up to your hands. Everyone joining me on your hands, and when you're ready, we're gonna swing that foot back to the hands and knees. Rocking those hips side to side. Beautiful, beautiful. When you're ready, we're gonna step 1 foot forward or we're gonna lean into it. This is gonna be a low lunge pose. We wanna check out our ankles and our knees. We want our ankle to be in front of the knee. It's really common to look like this or like this. So this can give you a stretch, but it can also blow out your kneecap. We wanna avoid that at all costs. So bring that ankle nice and forward. Even if it seems extremely forward, it's still gonna protect that knee. So you can have the inside hand on the mat, your opposite hand can be on your knee, on the other side, whichever's more comfortable for you. So right now we're stretching out the back top of the hip. Go ahead and inhale. We're gonna shift our way back. We're gonna straighten this front foot and flex the toe. Stretching out the back, the hamstring and the calf. One more inhale. And exhale, bringing that foot back to the hands and knees, switching sides, opposite leg to the front. Leaning into that low lunge, checking out the ankle and knee. Again, ankle in front of that knee. And finding that position where you feel a great stretch on this back top of the hip. One more inhale. And exhale, shifting our weight back. Straightening, wiggling this front foot straight, flexing the toe. One more inhale. And exhale, releasing on the hands and knees. Beautiful. Go ahead and join me in a seated position. It can be a crisscross, an open leg, whichever's comfortable for you. We're gonna find that nice straight spine that we started class in. Think of the string. I like to think of a puppet. A major, or what is that? A marionette. A marionette puppet? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh Lord, this is on recording too, how embarrassing. We're gonna inhale, lift the arms up. We're gonna exhale and lean over to one side, really opening up those side muscles. Inhaling the arms back up and switching sides. One more time to both directions. Inhale the arms up. Exhale that arm down. Beautiful. Inhale the arms up last time. Exhale the arms down. Inhale, arms up. Dropping the hands into the chest. Into the lap or on your knees. We're gonna close our eyes right here. A few minutes of reflection. You can reflect on the class, on something you did. You can reflect on your day. Or you can just reflect on your breath. Feeling the inhales and exhales. Maybe thinking back to that intention.
I wish I could remember every second we had. I know I tried to count them all one by one. But you don't get back, you don't.
And when you're ready, exhaling, dropping the chin down to the chest. And exhale, reaching the neck over to one side. Ear to that shoulder. And inhale, exhale, switching sides. One more inhale and exhale, dropping the chin down to the chest. Lifting the face, opening the eyes. I like to end every class with namaste. Namaste just means the inner light in me sees, recognizes, and loves and appreciates the inner light in all of you. So all you do is if you want to, bring your hands together. The hands come to the top of the head, down to the chin, and we have a slight bow. We say namaste to each other. Namaste, friends. Thank you guys so much for joining. Hope you all have a fabulous day.